Last batch of articles. Let's talk Wolverine. PlayStation just announced the state of play, and it looks like it'll be the longest presentation ever. It's been a while since the last state of play, which gave us our first proper look at Insomniac's brutal Wolverine game and started to nail down the final details on Saros, the new sci-fi roguelike from Housemarque. Now we finally know when the next big stream from Sony is happening. It's happening on, oh wait, I'm bugging. On February 9th today, and following a bunch of rumors, 2026's first state of the play was locked in for February 12th, which is what? It's this Thursday, at 2 p.m. PST or 5 p.m. EST. As always, you can watch via YouTube and Twitch, so set your alarms and start working on big theories and wish lists. 2 p.m. PST. Maybe I'll stream that one. Maybe I will. Try to get up early and hit the gym. The official PlayStation blog post doesn't tease any of the titles we'll be seeing, but it makes it very clear it's a full-blown showcase featuring third-party and indie games, as well as large projects from PlayStation Studios. It'll be over 60 minutes long and include news, gameplay updates, and announcements. I hope we don't hear anything about that AI podcast shit, bro. We need Kingdom Hearts 4. You guys are never getting Kingdom Hearts 4 anytime fucking soon, okay, guys? Kingdom Hearts 4? That's how the development is coming along for Kingdom Hearts 4. You hear that? Kingdom Hearts 4 is a great example of dev teams need to stop revealing their games too early in the process. Whatever didn't they show that shit like 5-6 years ago or some shit? Whatever we saw for Kingdom Hearts 4, I guarantee you they made it the day before they showed it, bro. Because they haven't shown nothing since. Stop showing your games if it's not coming out at least by next year. I would say that to every studio. If you don't feel confident, don't show it. Because then you're going to have a GTA 6 situation on your hands. Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming out in 2032. And I don't even know why y'all excited about Kingdom Hearts 4. Because let's not forget, Kingdom Hearts 3 was basura. Basura! I'd argue there's no reason to be excited about that shit. You should just cautiously wait for it. And hope that it's good, but be excited for Kingdom Hearts 4? Oh no, man. But anyways, what am I saying? Last week, Guerrilla Games surprise dropped a reveal of the second long rumored online Horizon game, Hunter's Gathering. We might get an extra update on the upcoming playtest there, but otherwise it's strange Sony got out of the way so close to the big state of the play. As we march into the year, there should mainly be defined on the first party front by Saros and Wolverine. Many are wondering why PlayStation Studios have some aces up their sleeve. Oh man, see, this is an example what I mean when I say I don't read these articles before. I react to them raw on stream. My bad. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. I looked at the picture and I thought the state of the play was gonna show off Wolverine. That's why I said it earlier. My bad, chat. I'll take that out. I'll take that out, man. I read the picture. I didn't read the words. I thought we was gonna get Wolverine, but no, we don't know what the fuck they showing at the state of the play. So don't think for a second they just used this in the picture. Kingdom Hearts 3 was a good game. You bugging? No, it wasn't. No, it was not. Kingdom Hearts 3 was not a good game. That shit was boring. It was redundant. It was an okay game. I wouldn't call Kingdom Hearts 3 a bad game, but it was okay at best. I want you to be 100% honest. Do you genuinely feel like Kingdom Hearts 3 was worth the 15-year wait? After playing Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance 365, 564, 61, 162 on the DS. That shit was not worth the wait. That shit was a dud. Y'all the Lulu Kingdom Hearts fans, y'all need to get off them Disney dollars. Oh no, 2 and 1 were so much better. Tight shit. Let's see. It was better after updates, and no, the story setup made me mad. You guys want some Disney dollars, bro? What else I got for you? We got more This is Wolverine news. We got some rumors. Marvel's Wolverine is listed on the PlayStation Store on Mexico to launch the third quarter of 2026, which would fall between July and September. If I had to guess, if this info is accurate that leaked online, if I had to guess, Wolverine would probably be a late August or a late September game. Insomniac Games, the developers of the acclaimed Marvel Spider-Man franchise, brings us Marvel's Wolverine, a new version of the iconic game based on Marvel Comics. Developed in collaboration with Marvel Games and Sony's Interactive Entertainment, Marvel's Wolverine arrives on PlayStation 5 consoles in the third quarter of 2026. And also, if this rumor turns out to be true, If we don't see Wolverine this week at the State of the Play, and this is actually accurate, this release window, we will definitely see a full gameplay reveal probably like in June. I could see like a State of the Play in June, and then they just drop it like late August, September to get people excited. But it's rumors. There's no way to tell. All hearsay, just speculation. Summer Games Fest for sure. This will not be shown at the Summer Games Fest. If Wolverine is shown at the Summer Games Fest, it's just like an extra trailer. This will 100% get a State of the Play. Wolverine's big enough. Wolverine got clout. We're talking about the developers who made Spider-Man. We are talking about a group of developers that produced the most painfully above average Sony exclusive in Spider-Man 2. And the Spider-Man 2 players shouted that it should have won Game of the Year over Baldur's Gate 3. We're talking about that audience. Whatever Spider-Man 2 fanboys was smoking, I want some of that shit, nigga. So you gotta keep in mind, this has a very rabid fan base. It doesn't need Summer's Games Fest. It's gonna get a State of the Play. I'd bet money on that. It's gonna get a State of the Play. What up, Siggy? The Delulu Web. The Delulu Web. What? I can't believe it. He said we need Gears of War new back. Yeah, we need some Gears of War news. That's facts. Where that shit at E-Day? I just can't believe it, man. That's Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Spider-Man fans are, I'd say Batman fans are the most annoying in comic books, but Spider-Man fans are like number 2. And the funniest thing about Spider-Man fans, one thing I will give Batman fans, they're both annoying, but they're annoying for different reasons. Let me go on a tangent real quick. As somebody who reads, Batman fans are annoying, but the thing I'll give to them is they actually read the source material. I will give that. Not obviously not every, but a lot of Batman fans actually read. So what happens with Batman fans is, and this is why they're easy to trigger, if you say something even slightly inaccurate about their hero, Batman fans are well, actually, and they're not wrong. They know the source material. So I will give Batman fans that much. What makes Spider-Man fans annoying, I would bet a paycheck that 80, maybe even 90% of Spider-Man fans have never read a Spider-Man book. Obviously, you're gonna have your hardcore, but most Spider-Man fans are fans because of the fucking movies, but they don't actually know anything about Peter or Miles. Matter of fact, that's the reason we even still having conversations on whether or not Miles is Spider-Man or not. Because if you actually read the books, you know Miles is kind of bro. I'd argue not as only as Miles surpassed Peter in the books, that nigga's doing laps. But if you read the books, you'd know that. It wouldn't even be a conversation of why is there so much Miles gameplay in Spider-Man 2? Yeah, he's he's busted. So most Spider-Man fans are fucking casual frauds. They don't know anything about, but I'll give Batman fans, y'all niggas read. I'll give it to y'all. I've read plenty of Spider-Man. Well, that's why I said, obviously, not everybody. But the average Spider-Man fan, their knowledge comes from the movies. Like a lot of Spider-Man fans really think that nigga shoots webs out his fucking wrist, bro. They don't even know that most iterations of Spider-Man, he uses a gadget. That shit don't come out his wrist. I read some recent Spider-Man stories. The writers hate him. Yeah, the new Amazing Spider-Man, people are kind of like about. And they're also introducing a new Spider-Man. And then there's also Spider-Boy and Spider-Girl. You got Miles as well. I kind of like Spider-Girl though. But bro, if you read the books, you would have. Goddamn, the chat moving too damn fast. Tobey Maguire, he did at one point though. Miles got Black Widow spider powers. I won't lie, I did learn that later on about his web shooters. So not only do they not read the books, that's the funny thing about Spider-Man fans. Not only a lot of them don't read his actual books, and a lot of y'all don't play games either. So then before I move on to the next topic, now I have to present a new question. If a lot of Spider-Man fans are not actually reading the source material and y'all don't play any games, that's why you were shocked Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year over Spider-Man 2. I then have to ask, what is the average Spider-Man fan doing? We know you don't read. We know you don't play any games. Is it possible that the average Spider-Man fan is too busy beating their schmeat and shooting out their own spider webs and then not washing their hands? And then sitting in my stream, typing up a storm with their head, butting their head against the keyboard, telling me I'm wrong. It's just some food for thought. Just some food for thought. You don't have to sit on it too long, but he said jerking off the MJ pics, bruh. Love that MJ variant cover. Oh, I'm not gonna read it though. Yeah, Gooner, man. You're right, by the way. Most Spider-Man fans on Twitter only watch the movies. They don't read, but also don't watch the cartoons. This shit is fucking funny, dude. Anyways, that's the Wolverine news. We got an update on Horizon. That's why I titled this on YouTube, the title for this, I Know About Horizon 3. So last week, if you missed the streams, Guerrilla Games announced they are working on a new game called Horizon Hunters Gathering, which is a new live service Monster Hunter style game with roguelike elements that nobody asked for. Which, by the way, that means there are now 2 live service Horizon games coming, because keep in mind there's also one coming to PC and phones exclusively. This pissed off a lot of Horizon fans, because if you don't play Horizon, only 2 games in the mainline series have come out, and the second game it ended on a cliffhanger, a fire cliffhanger, might I add. So a lot of people want to know what's gonna happen with the trilogy. Horizon, the Horizon CEO, Guerrilla Games, they basically reassured everybody that they're still working on it. It's just, you know, live service is the focus. Horizon is still ways off, according to Bloomberg's Jason Schreier. I believe most of the studio is on this, referring to Hunter and Gathering. Looks like we might not get Horizon 3 for some time. They're still working on it, but it ain't coming no time soon. And why is that? My theory is, we know for a fact, based off several articles, that Sony wants live service games. And I think Sony is probably footing the bill for the Horizon series. So now Guerrilla Games is pumping out that live service slop just so they can stay in the good graces of Sony, because I don't think anybody asked for this shit, bro. I hope it's free to play. Why is this a surprise? We working on it. We just got to get this money real quick. Type shit. We just heard the bag is crazy on live service. So we going to get to it eventually, because I'm starting to think that this game really is an industry plan. It started off as a joke, but it's really starting to feel like an industry plan. If you haven't seen the new podcast, Ethos Theory, because like if you look it up, right? Horizons, Zero Dawns. If you look it up, right? The Horizon series has sold 38 million copies so far. This was 6 months ago across both games. And like I was saying on the new podcast, go check it out, youtube.com/GI updates. I was saying on the new podcast, Horizon's a really weird franchise to me, because the games are good. But once again, Horizon is in the same bracket as Spider-Man 2 to me, where like it's just kind of like your standard above average PlayStation exclusive third-person action game. It's literally just Tomb Raider with robot monsters, but it doesn't really do anything that's pushing any boundary. Game's gorgeous. The story is actually pretty solid, but the gameplay is just like, it's all right. It's all right. I felt like I was going through the motions playing it, right? And I feel like I've never met anybody in real life. I've never seen anybody in the chat say Horizon is my favorite game of all time, or Horizon's a top 10 game for me. I just don't see nobody talking about this game. I don't see it on Twitter in any conversations when talking about GOATs, but it sells like hotcakes apparently. And Ethos Theory was, the reason it has so many sales is because of the bundles. And I said, you know what? You might be on to something. Because I do remember there was a couple Horizon bundles for the PS5 and the 4, bruh. This game might be a fucking industry plant. The first, like, they doing that fucking rap music bundle shit where rappers bundle t-shirts with their album and shit to inflate their sales. Because I just don't see nobody talking about this game, man. Yeah, I don't know any people who swear by Horizon. Yeah. So like, I'm asking in the chat right now. I need somebody to step up. Does anybody, is this one of anybody's favorite? Not do you like it? Do you think it's a cool game? Is this anybody's favorite game in the chat? Like anywhere near your favorite game? Anybody? I just don't, when you move 38 million units, in my head, I feel like I should have met somebody by now that's like, yo, this shit is fire. That's a lot of fucking copies, guys. That's a lot. And I'm like, I'm starting to think Sony doing some other shit. It's them bundles, man. We gon' now that he said that and that planted a seed in my head, I will be keeping my eye on if there's ever another Horizon bundle. Cause I know there were a couple. There definitely were a couple. We gonna be watching them bundles. Nope, didn't finish the first game, just wasn't invested. When I bought my PS5, it was definitely the PS5 Forbidden West bundle. Thank you for testifying. Thank you. We're gonna start pushing the Horizon bundle theory. Like, I I can't believe we're even having this conversation. Like, what the fuck? These niggas been bundling shit, low-key. Oh, shit is fucking funny, bro. Maybe it's a firm for money laundering. No. It's not a couch or a mattress store. It's not that. Never that. That shit's fucking funny, dude. Bundlegate. That's funny. So yeah, just know they are working on it, but it ain't coming anytime soon. We got another PlayStation rumor on the timeline. Take it with a grain of salt because I'm not familiar with this account. But Devil May Cry 6 is reportedly getting announced at an upcoming State of the Play. Oh, this is actually coming from the Gaming and Leaks Rumors Reddit. I've covered this before, this Reddit. Super take this with a grain of salt. They just be yapping on this fucking Reddit. According to this user, DMC 6 is getting announced in an upcoming State of the Play. Take this with a big grain of salt, but this account has gotten things right in the past. Hearsay. Guy at GameStop. I will say, a new Devil May Cry is welcomed. It is welcomed. It's about time, Capcom. It's about time to bring them back. If it is true, I hope it's true, but I would super take this with a grain of salt. This is coming from Reddit, so I wouldn't trust it too much. But I'm hoping it's true. It's about that time. I feel like it's when the last when DMC 5 or I feel like it's been 2019. Yeah, it's been a while. 2019 was a long time ago, unfortunately. Other news, more PlayStation. This is all console news, by the way. More PlayStation news. God of War's live action series casts Colum Vincent from Chucky the Night Agent as Atreus. So I think the big thing that I take away from this story, because I'm not familiar with this kid, he looks like he was born yesterday. Shout out to him for getting the role. Shout out to the young man. But he was born yesterday, so I'm not really familiar with his work. But what I do take from this story is it's all but confirmed they are doing God of War 2018. They are not starting off with the original trilogy in that spin-off game when Kratos is younger. This is about an older Kratos. Otherwise, why else are they casting Atreus? So that's what I took from this story. Will it be an exact 1-to-1? I don't know, but it's going to be some type of interpretation of the new God of War series with the boy. Yeah, the boy. So they're really going to skip the Greek trilogy? It would seem. This casting proves it. It would seem. It's all been rumors up until this point, but them announcing this confirms what type of story we're going to be getting. Is Joe Budden going to be Kratos? Yeah, he going to pump it up on his enemies. Shout out to Afro with the sub. I'll tell you this much. I don't know if I'm a big fan of them skipping the original God of War trilogy, but since we are, and we're starting at 2018, what I will say is, if you really want this show to stand out, my favorite thing about God of War 2018, I felt like Ragnarok didn't do it as well, was the relationship between Kratos and Atreus and the life lessons he was giving him in the quiet moments of the game. That motherfucker was dropping gems. I remember him saying something about teaching him about how to mind his business and how it could save your life. I was like, damn, my parents used to say that shit to me. Some of you niggas never got that life lesson, man, unfortunately. I need them to lean into that for the TV show. I need Kratos to be dropping gems. I need the dialogue. Because we already, now that we know that Atreus is going to be in it, we already have some type of idea of what the plot's going to be. So I need the intricacies, the actual person-to-person, the dialogue, that will take the show to another level. That would be fucking fire. I need them to focus on strong writing because the plot's already there. It's laid out. Kratos was raising you niggas. Listen, boy. Tight shit. Tom Holland could be Atreus. Nah, we don't need Spider-Man. First of all, Tom Holland. You see how little this nigga is, bro? You said Tom Holland. Tom Holland's like 25, 26, ain't he? He's like pushing 30, ain't he? Do you think they'll have a repeating troll fight like in the 2018 game? They'll probably fight a troll. Yeah. Tom's like 35. Hey, I don't know how old he is. Tom Holland. How old is he? Tom Holland's 29. Yeah. This nigga said Tom Holland, bro. Oh shit. This nigga just won the race, bro. He just won the race 5 years ago. It's me, Atreus. What's up, buddy? What other news I got for you? Xbox news. Next gen Xbox sounds similar to Valve's original Steam Machine pitch. So we've got another article re-corroborating that Steam might have stole Xbox's thunder. Microsoft will reportedly partner with other computer companies like Asus for a variety of next-gen Xbox systems. Obviously, this isn't new territory after launching the ROG Xbox Li handhelds, but it would be groundbreaking on the home console front. The strategy also seemingly echoes Valve's original vision for the Steam machines from over a decade ago. Oh, they're talking about these, in which they talked about teaming up with a dozen companies for different hardware options. Oh my God. This is a rumor. It's not confirmed. And Xbox, for the health of your company, I pray this rumor is not true. There's a reason the original Steam machines failed. If you wasn't conscious back then, the original Steam machine was basically Valve licensing their brand to a bunch of different hardware manufacturers, which was confusing to the soccer mom and dad who would walk into GameStop and see 10 different versions of the Steam machine. The reason why the new one is exciting is because they said, we are going to make one just like consoles, and this is what it does. Deal with it. But they were basically pre-built PCs that were in a small form factor with bad cooling and shit, bro. I hope Xbox this is not what they want to do. According to Windows Central, Microsoft is looking at making a premium system that could retail for as much as $1,000. However, Windows partners could then offer more price-friendly models of the next-gen Xbox, giving people various options to jump in. Speaking of Windows, the report adds that Windows will be powering the devices as the Xbox Ally platform from Asus is a hint as a very early version of the next-gen console formula. First of all, if the console's $1,000, nigga, pack it up. You are asking. You might as well. You're asking. You're pulling out the rope. If the next Xbox, the base one, is $1,000, you're just gonna be. Two things are gonna happen. The consumer's gonna say, "Well, I'm buying a PlayStation," or they're gonna say, "If I'm gonna spend $1,000, I might as well build my own PC." Why the fuck would you spend $1,000 on a console that can only do one thing when you can spend $1,000 on a PC that's made to how you want it, and you can play games, Photoshop, video edit, surf the web, goon. You can do everything with that shit. Why the fuck would I pay $1,000 for it? That's crazy. Just to pay, yeah, $1,000 for five, and then that bitch gonna have a 500 gigabyte hard drive. No, that's facts, bro. That's facts. That's facts. Oh my goodness. Xbox Ally platform. it's a goon. Oh shit. You said, to be fair, it's a PC, but that still doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so if the rumors are true and you'll be able to boot into Windows, the original rumors stated that by default, it'll boot into the Xbox software, the OS, right? If you want to boot Windows, you would have to go into the settings. That still proves my argument. Who wants to jump through them extra hoops to boot up Windows when you could just build a $1,000 PC? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense when you can be more price conscious and pick the parts that you want and get a similar or more powerful build for the same price. Nigga said, going as an everyday PC hobby, I'm crying. I mean, somebody's doing it. Somebody's going in up finishing right now and then about to hop in the stream and hop in the chat and type something up without washing their hands, just to relax. Last year, Microsoft CEO noted that the next-gen Xbox could be like a PC. Windows Central reaffirms that direction, with Microsoft possibly marketing the system as one that can play games and serve as a coding station or a music production studio. And the worst part is they don't have no exclusives. They don't have no exclusives. Microsoft would actually have a crazy advantage because AMD came out last week and said that our chipsets are ready for Microsoft. The contract is signed. We're ready to roll it out. If Microsoft wants to come out in 2027 with the next gen Xbox, they can. It's ultimately up to them. AMD said that, the chip supplier, right? That would give a crazy advantage to Microsoft if they had exclusives. But ultimately, the other big problem that Xbox has, despite whatever these weird ass configurations are going to be, they don't have no exclusives. If Xbox would have came out early in 2027 ahead of the PlayStation 6 with exclusives that everybody wants, people would buy an Xbox. And don't say you wouldn't, because I understand PlayStation and PC are winning right now, but I'm not a history revisionist. Part of the reason why the Xbox 360 outdid the PS3, because it was the winner of that generation. I know PlayStation niggas love to revisionist the history, but the Xbox 360 was the winner of that generation. Part of the reason why is because the Xbox launched before the PS3, and it was cheaper, and they had exclusives. They could potentially launch before the PlayStation 6. It's gonna be more expensive and no exclusives. Man, pack these niggas up, bro. Pack these niggas up, man. I don't know. PS3 online is free after the. I hate when PlayStation niggas bring that shit up too. Yes, the PS3 online was free. That's a fact. But also the thing with the PS3 online is you got what you paid for. That shit was basura. That shit was fucking basura, and the interface was basura too. PlayStation 6, PS3 was like $700. It was $600. Yeah, like $7 if you had taxes with the games and shit like that and controllers. is really just about the Xbox ecosystem, but not just the hardware. Well, that's the problem, right? They're banking on the ecosystem, but the numbers are showing the Game Pass ain't really hold. A lot of people unsubscribed when they did the price hike. We know for a fact that the Game Pass is not generating enough revenue. Otherwise, why did they raise the price? Y'all think they generally just raised the price for their health? Nah. They raised the price because game development is expensive. They putting these AAA games on the Game Pass and they not making their money back. So like, nah, I understand that is their strategy to get everybody in the ecosystem and basically turn everybody into a subscriber. But you can't make everybody subscribe. So you might as well just focus on making a good product. Now, why? Nah, because the Red Ring of Death that was happening. The Red Ring of Death, they fixed all the Xboxes for free. What are you talking about? Don't think exclusives now wouldn't bring PS players over just because of their account library. Don't think it would? I would. I think it would. I don't think account library matters when going into the next gen. Most people, I would like to think, maybe I'm wrong. I feel like most people are buying a next gen console for the next gen experience. With a portion of gamers that care about backwards compatibility, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just being biased on that one. Me personally, I'm not buying a PlayStation 6 or the next Xbox because I want to play my old games. I'm buying it for the new games. So I don't think that matters. If you want to play your old games, just boot up the damn console, put it in the closet and play when you want to. Especially the COD DLCs coming out first. I had more corrupted saves on PS3 back then. I wasn't saying the PS3 was bad, but the 360 was the more. I wouldn't say it dominated the PS3. Let's be something like some of you niggas be getting your feelings with these corporations. I'm not saying the Xbox 360 dominated the PS3, but if I lined up 10 people and you asked who won that generation, I feel like at least 7 out of 10 people would probably say the Xbox 360 won. I would say it won a good fight. It wasn't. I'm not saying the 360 knocked out the PS3. It wasn't like that. Like the PS4 knocked out the Xbox One. I have no problem saying that. But like I would say the Xbox 360 and the PS3 was like a 12-round fight that went to the judges, and the Xbox 360 won on the card. Split decision, if that makes sense. That's what I would say. That was a crazy analogy. Shout out to me, nigga. Shout out to me. Yeah, motherfuckers be nostalgic. I can agree with that. Tight shit. And weird news, Toyota just announced a proprietary game engine, but that doesn't mean it's targeting PC and console. So who's winning the current gen? Depends on who you ask. When you say current gen, so here's another weird thing here's another weird thing that's happened in gaming, right? PC gaming, niggas know from the podcast, we was in them PC gaming trenches, right? But PC gaming, when I first started PC gaming like 13 years ago or something like that, it was much more niche. PC gaming is mainstream now. So it depends on where we're taking this. If you want to include PC gaming, if we're only talking consoles, the PS5 is definitively winning. That's not even close. But if we're talking about gaming as a whole, I would say PC is right now. Actually, you know what? Last generation, because I would count the Switch one as last. You could make the argument most people would say PS4, but like you can make the argument for the Switch one. But right now, I would say PC's winning. PC's winning just because of the customizability, the free online, the great prices for games, and it's the fact that PC has Xbox and PlayStation exclusives. So like PC's winning right now, I think. Switch killed it. Arguably, mobile gaming might be number one. Mobile gaming is its own thing. Switch killed it. I was like, you can make an argument for the Switch over the PS4. I know people don't want to hear that shit, but the Switch is the best-selling Nintendo console of all time as of last week. And it might surpass the PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2 is the greatest-selling console of all time, and it sold 160 million units. The Switch 1 is at 155 million units. In the next couple years, if somebody's mama, for some reason, buys Timmy a Switch 1, it could pass the PS2. So if you want to be fair, if you wanted to argue the PS4 won the last generation, sure, I'll let you have it. But like, if we're talking numbers, you might have to put the Switch in that bitch, bro. And the Switch did have bangers, to be fair. Yeah, everybody had a Switch. Also, the influence of the Switch. Because, I might have to give it to the Switch. not just the hardware and the game sales, but the influence of the Switch. The Switch is more influential than the PS4. I know, niggas don't want to hear that shit. I know, Mario and Zelda. But because of the Switch, we got the Steam Deck, the Xbox ROG Ally. They talking about bringing back the PSP. The Switch married the handheld and the console. The Switch is a very influential platform, unfortunately, whether you want to acknowledge that or not. You said blasphemy? No, it's not blasphemy. I can pull the numbers up if you want. Let me see. Switch One sales. Yeah, see? Switch One sales top 155 million units, making it Nintendo's best-selling console ever. It's that's an astonishing number, putting it within the spitting distance of the PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2 sold 160 million units. You cannot deny numbers. This was very influential. I mean, everybody had a Switch. Your little cousins, your mama, your daddy. You said, damn, I have no reason to lie. Listen, I have no dog in this race, guys. I have no reason to lie. I don't work for none of these companies. But I was like, if you really want to talk last gen, I'd make a case. I think the Switch one, not the PS4. Now, if you want to switch the conversation, right, and be more nuanced, who won last generation with the hardcore? I would say the PS4. But who won the generation as a whole, hardcore and casual? It's got to go to the Switch as a whole, I would say. It depends on how you're taking that conversation. I'd have to give it the Switch. How many did the Wii sell? I don't know the Wii sales numbers. You said I agree. Tight shit. Let's see. Wii sales. 101 million units. It sold better than the Wii. W data representation from TBH. I have no reason to lie. We just talking about video games, man. Y'all niggas will know when I'm pushing an agenda, especially you Sparking Zero punk ass niggas, bro. TBH is comedic and informative. He may crack a joke, but he never lies. It's video games. I have no reason to lie about this shit. Yo, shout out to Dell 6 with the sub. Appreciate it. It's not surprising Nintendo is the king of the handhelds on top of their IPs. Yup. But yeah, back to Toyota. Today in the news, no one could have predicted Toyota has been quietly working on a game engine of its own, but the end goal isn't what you expect. The shocker comes from Automaton, I don't know how to pronounce that, who explains that Toyota Connected North America, as a subsidiary of the company known for its cars, recently revealed the Fluorite engine. It works closely with the All right, guys, so the Fluorite engine is working closely with the Flutter engine, and when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, oh, it's going to be spectacular. Shout out to Dell with the big gifted subs. My bad. That's true, because during deployment in the Navy, a lot of people brought their Switch. And then you look at the influence, now we have the Steam Deck, and we get other handhelds too. Which is the UI framework used by Google and uses the Dart language to handle game logic as well as interface. Its purpose is to yield high performance even on low-end or embedded hardware, like running 3D graphics and interactive UI via an in-vehicle system. Translation: Toyota is potentially looking at using the built-in graphics and CPU in your car so you can play Snake, nigga. They said, you ever wanted to play PS1 games on the highway and kill everybody? We've got a game engine for you. At the time of this writing, the official Fluorite site shared above it, it's highlighting features like its high-performance entity component system core, which is written in C++ and goes for optimization for weaker hardware. Secondly, there are model-defined trigger touchstones that should allow artists to more easily set clickable areas inside of Blender, making building 3D interfaces a lot simpler for the Ford F-150, guys. The third highlight is the console-grade 3D rendering powered by Google's Filament, which definitely ups its potential for game development, even if Toyota's ambitions are limited to the displays for its cars. Now, last but not least, the Fluorite engine is also leaning on Flutter's hot reload to allow... Yo, whoa, pause. Oh, you gotta say pause on that. If I was writing this article, I would have said pause in quotations. What you mean the hot reload, nigga? Whoa. Anyways, to allow quick updating of scenes. So why did Toyota work on this in the first place? Well, the original Game Spark piece, translated by Ottoman, explains Toyota's Connected North America originally wanted to work with established game engines, but all of them were tied to high licensing fees or resource-intensive nature. Oh, so basically, Toyota wants games to run on their cars, but they don't want to put high-powered GPUs and CPUs in the cars because that would cost more money. They're trying to keep the cost down. So instead, they developed their own game engine that'll work inside of their cars and will be able to run N64 games. Who's ready to play Mario 64 in a Toyota Camry? Let's go. Let's go. I'm good off that, man. I'm good off that. The resource part was the giveaway. Oh, we see what game's gonna glitch. Yeah, game gonna glitch your truck. It's gonna overheat your fucking car and shit. We good off that. We don't need video games in cars. We're good off that. We're good off that. Thank God, because like I know you can run The Witcher 3 on in Teslas, but thank God you can only run video games in Teslas when the car is parked. I'm glad somebody thought of that, because there definitely would have been some content creator. All right, guys, I'm the first streamer in the world to play fucking Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, a dead video game where 90% of the audience left within 1 week on the highway at 85 miles per hour in front of the police, and I got a bad bitch on the side. We're gonna kill everybody on the highway. I'm gonna pick Goku. Of course you are. There's a million fucking Gokus. Well, you don't fucking do that shit, bro. I'm good off that. We fucking good off that. Street's already dangerous enough. Facts. Make sure to hit the like button if you want to see more DLC for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero on the highway. I'm never going to let Sparking Zero go. Nah, I'll be on my deathbed. I'm going to write you niggas in my will to shit on y'all. In other news, if you've been following the stream for the past few weeks, I have been covering what's been going on. What the fuck? What's been going on in the NBA 2K community. If you haven't been following the stream, what's been going on is NBA 2K has been plagued by cheaters. So in NBA 2K26, one of the things they changed is they removed RNG shooting out of the game. In the previous versions of the game, the developers wanted to make it to where the shooting was like real life. Because in real life, the most elite basketball players only shoot like 40% from three, right? So they made it to where the most elite players can only shoot 30 to 40%. Even if you timed your shot correctly, sometimes you would just miss. And that pissed off a lot of people in the community because it's a video game. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of agree with that. Like, the game's supposed to be fun. Ain't nobody trying to do realistic shit. Like, it needs to feel authentic, but it doesn't need to be realistic. So in 2K26, they removed that and they added a pure green window, meaning if you timed your shot correctly, it was going in. The problem with that is it allowed cheaters to run rampant. People are plugging in Chrono Zens and they're using auto scripts to auto green. And basically everybody's just cheating on the game and people are quitting the game because of that. And now they also got defensive scripts that allow you to auto jump whenever somebody starts shooting, so you'll swat the shot. And ladies and gentlemen, we now have a new glitch. Apparently niggas have found ways to speed up the game so you can't even fucking play it. Look at this shit.
Everybody moving so fast! Bro, what is this?
Correct, they're lag switching too. But now they're speeding up the game so you can't even control your fucking character. Meanwhile, they control their character.
Look at this!
Man, this a rep glitch gang. What the fuck?
That is what's going on in the 2K community. One of the agendas I do push on this stream is that console gamers are some of the biggest fucking cheaters in the industry, bro. They swear PC is just full of fucking cheaters. Even though PC games like Battlefield 6, you gotta put something on your damn computer and like you damn near never run into a fucking cheater. This is Ronnie 2K's fault and the rest of the dev team because they don't listen to the community and they don't do nothing about these fucking cheaters, bro. Stop playing this game. 2K is the lamest community out. Yeah, I think what's especially lame, before I move on, is this year in 2K, they added the pure green window. This NBA 2K26 is arguably the easiest 2K in probably the last 10 years. No funny shit, bro. I mean, I'm talking about, I was shooting like 70, 75% from three. And it was in my stats. Y'all know, if y'all, like a bad game for me was shooting like 50, 60%. I was shooting 70% in this shit. No cheating. And these motherfuckers are still plugging in cheating devices because apparently shooting 60, 70% ain't enough. They need to be shooting 90%. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I listened to the GI podcast on Spotify today, and I noticed you made a joke about putting JG and Watts on the thumbnail on your channel to boost the algorithm. And I saw the video pop in my feed. It has both of them in it. Yeah, we calling it the two Puerto Rican theory. For some reason, when 2 Puerto Ricans are on the thumbnail, it gets more clicks. Shout out to Bad Bunny. Is it a problem? But it is a problem, but it's something that the community has been wanting for a long time. If I hit the green window every single time, it should go in. I agree. They should keep the gameplay that way. But the issue is, like, people need to stop spending money on VC, and they need to start holding the developers accountable. Like, saying, hey, I'm not buying the game next year. I'm not going to be on these servers. They keep playing the game. That's the biggest issue. You keep actively participating in the fuckery. The Bad Bunny effect. Did Ethos submit his faces yet? No. No, he did not. UTX Bad Bunny, the Don. In Ball and Gun Gamer, this is I caught this section like the console gaming news, but I got one more video for you. That was console gaming. One more video for you. This is coming from the Ball and Gun community once again, Ball and Gun Gamer community. We got a news story. I think this is coming out of somewhere in the UK based off of his accent. I couldn't really tell, but there was a man recently that was arrested for homicide. He's accused of killing his wife. RIP to the woman. Now, why am I highlighting this story and what does this have to do with gaming? This clip went viral because this man is accused of killing his wife. And while he was being detained and taken into prison, this nigga brings up he's gonna miss GTA 6. I swear to God, Ball and Gun gamers are never. By the way, he's not black, white guy. I've been said this. Most Ball and Gun gamers are white. We've been over this. Watch. Oh wait, what's it?
Yeah. Which GTA? What are you talking about, Robert?
6.
Oh, you got ages for that.
I'm gonna get life.
So I've got Robert Richards, on the 30th of May, 2025, said the following. I accidentally killed her. At least I admitted to it. I'm going to miss GTA. I'm going to get life.
I can't get it out of my head. I could have went on the run.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This man killed a person, his wife of all people, allegedly. And his concern was Grand Theft Auto 6. Ball and Gun gamers, man. Ball and Gun gamers.